is B.A. Nagesh, retired civil servant, MA in Political Science and Public Administration. Today, we continue a discussion of the 2020 GS3 paper. So, GS3, we have discussed a few questions on issues relating to agriculture. So, continuing the discussion, one more question relating to the agriculture, that is the first unit of GS3. As I told you earlier, GS3 basically comprises agriculture, economy, science, technology, environment, internal security, and disaster management. So, and as I also said, the analysis of the previous papers shows agriculture getting 60 to 65 marks every year out of 250. With this background, we see the question for discussion. What are the challenges and opportunities of the food processing sector? How can income of the farmers be substantially improved? 150 words, 10 marks. So as in other discussions, first we have an introduction. We discuss challenges and opportunities. Then how to enhance farmer incomes. India is the sixth largest food processor in the world. The APIDA, Agricultural Produce Exports Development Authority, a nodal authority for agricultural exports, estimates that food processing occupies 32% of the total food market, and majority of the food processing units come under medium and small scale micro enterprises. So with this introduction, we come to the challenges and opportunities of the food processing sector. So this question basically has two components: challenges and opportunities. How to improve the income of the farmers. So what happens when you are writing for 150 words? That is, suppose you keep 10 words a line, so 15 lines. Half of the answer will be for challenges and opportunities. The other half will be for enhancing farmer incomes. In challenges and opportunities, the first important challenge which we speak of is gaps in supply chain infrastructure. By this, I mean the lack of primary processing storage facilities at the village level or even the group of villages. Primary processing and storage facilities are woefully inadequate. There is a gap between production and processing. Now I'm a small farmer. I'm cultivating vegetables. There is a gap between my production and processing. Now I'm growing perishable commodities. Say I'm a small farmer engaged in growing tomatoes or potatoes. Now these have a very little shelf life. So the main problem for the farmer is inadequate link between production and processing. Then you take the agricultural operations, they are seasonal. Again, they are dependent on the monsoon and dependent on other factors. So seasonality of operations is another factor which is posing a big challenge to the food processing sector. Lack of product development and innovation. This is a major challenge facing the food processing industry. Lack of product development and innovation. Then mutual inspections relating to food processing are time consuming. So we require it to be computerized, we require manual inspections to be gradually phased out. Entry of international companies, a few international companies which have emerged are posing, though you may say they are providing opportunities, but they are also a threat indirectly. The biggest opportunity we have is, as I said earlier, we are the sixth largest food processor in the world. Then we have a skilled workforce. So workforce is there, availability of skilled workforce is there, but we have to negotiate so many challenges which are facing the food processing sector. So this particular unit, I have, like what shall I say, I have highlighted my answer in the form of points. You are free to add to this, but you can see that you retain these points in addition to whatever you may feel like adding. Now the government, on the recommendations of the Ashok Dalwai committee, said that the farmer incomes should be doubled. So apart from agriculture, how do you enhance farmer incomes? As I said, multiple venues or making the farmer self-sufficient through choice of better vocations, better jobs like aquaculture, livestock, farm forestry. Now when the farmer goes into multiple venues, say aquaculture, livestock and farm forestry, these will meet the requirements of food, fuel and fodder. So this is one way of increasing the or doubling the income of the farmers. The second suggestion what we can propose is, see, the initiative of the government of India is to strengthen the agro processing centers by setting them up at the for a village or a group of villages, mainly to cater to primary and secondary processing. So what will these agro processing centers do? They will take care of drying of cereals, pulses, oilseeds, fruits, vegetables and spices. See, the items which I discussed just now have a low shelf life. So agro processing centers which are set up for a village or a group of villages can take care of the primary and secondary processing. This is an important way or a way in which the farmer's income can be doubled. Another another suggestion for improving the income of the farmers or enhancing of the income of the farmers, training women in food processing and preparation of beverages. So training women through food processing and preparation of beverages is another scheme for doubling the income of the farmer. Skill development for horticultural crops. So horticultural the skill development. So this skill development will relate to processing and packaging. So these are the points which I elaborated for under the second component of the question, how can income of the farmers be substantially improved? Enhancing farmer incomes, we highlighted four important points. See, for a question like this, your answer has to be very specific. And as I told you, if you do not have time to write elaborately, even points will suffice. Because when evaluating, as I told you, the examiner, when he is evaluating your answer script, he has got a model answer. He falls back on the model answer to evaluate your answer script. If the points which you have enumerated fall more or less in the scope of the model answer, you are very safe. So how do you see what conforms to the model answer? As I said, you will have to read the question twice or thrice to know what the question is about. See, the question in this particular GS3 2020 paper is challenges and opportunities of the food processing sector. You condense your answer in the as we so your answer should be very comprehensive. When I say answer should be very comprehensive, I mean you stick to the major issues. Like, see, when you speak of challenges and opportunities, first thing, you highlight the gaps in the infrastructure, supply chain infrastructure. Lack of primary processing storage facilities, either at the village level or at the group level, or group of villages level. Inadequate link between production and processing. As I gave my example, as a small farmer, I am growing perishable vegetables. Now there is a link between my production and processing, because in the absence of agro processing centers, I do not know how to, and this lot of, because of the small shelf life, lot of wastage is there. Seasonality of operations, then lack of product development and innovation. Then we also spoke of how manual inspections have to be replaced by more mechanical form of inspections. Then we said entry of international companies, though it is in one way it is good, but the other way, but indirectly they pose a threat to the food processing sector. Entry of international companies. Then availability of skilled, now the opportunities, we have skilled workforce, and as I said, due to the huge demand for processed foods, and we are occupying 32% of the total food market. So these 3 points you elaborate to show that there are opportunities for the food processing sector. Then the second part of the answer, enhancing farmer incomes. The first thing I suggested, go for multi-level activities, like apart from relying on agriculture, go to aquaculture, livestock cultivation, farm forestry. These will meet the requirements of food, fuel and fodder. Then agro-processing centers for primary and secondary processing, which will take care of the drying of cereals, pulses, oil seeds, fruits, vegetables and spices. These agro-processing centers can be set up at the village level or for a group of villages. This is very much required for primary and secondary processing. Then we also said how women should be trained in food processing and preparation of beverages. Finally, I spoke of skill development for the horticultural crops. This is mainly in the field of processing and packaging. So this is how you would elaborate your answer for 150 words. You see, you would have read lot of material you would have read for the topic on food processing, but how efficient you are in understanding the question and how efficient you are in answering the requirements of the question. That is the most important thing. See, I would have read umpteen issues of the Yojana and Kurukshetra on food processing, on issues relating to agriculture. But here the question is very, very specific. Challenges of the food processing sector, opportunities, how to improve farmer incomes. That is all. It is very specific. And when writing your answer, nobody expects you to substantiate your answers with facts and figures and statistics. No. It is only a common man's perspective, a layman's perspective. How you understand the question, how you are able to convey your answer in 150 words. So this completes the discussion on a question on GS3 relating to food processing. Thank you.